Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Leo. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with the first half of February 2021. And just a quick heads up, if you're looking for the full moon in Leo discussion, I actually put that up as a video of its very own, and you can check that out on my main channel page by clicking on my avatar below. I will remind everyone that you are going to want to watch the first half of the video before just clicking around all willy-nilly. I purposefully did that because, you know me, I like to show my work and teach. And so, if you just click around at the second half of the video where I break it down by sign, it's not going to make any sense. But just a heads up there. But you can check that out after this if you haven't seen it yet. And so anyway, what is going on when it comes to your first half of February? Well, week one, your focus or your spiritual focus, what's in the, the big spiritual theme is the Eight of Wands reversed. And what's interesting about this is I'm actually getting kind of both things going too fast and things going too slow, a need to actually bring life progress or work progress back to a proper pace, getting things back into a proper flow. Because with the Eight of Wands reversed, you're going to be encountering that a lot of positive shifts in your life may not necessarily be going at the right pace, right? Some of them may be actually going so fast that they may accidentally catch fire and then we don't have it anymore. And certain things may be going so slow that it's sort of, well, what's the point in having that at all? The Eight of Wands reversed is actually showing me that you may actually need to spend some time really reinforcing what exactly the proper flow or the proper timetable is with a lot of things in your life. Not necessarily getting attached to linear time, but focusing a little bit more on, okay, what seems to be getting out of balance? Because with the Eight of Wands reversed, I'm really seeing a lot of you finding that there is a risk of things catching fire in a bad way and a risk of things just never getting off the ground at the same time. And so making sure that you're capable of, on a case-by-case basis, making those adjustments is going to be absolutely crucial. Case in point, let's talk about your material shifts when it comes to work, finances, your job, all your financial priorities, and all of that kind of happy stuff. Well, you've got the Star card in reverse, and we have some beautiful news coming your way with regards to either a financial matter, a professional matter, maybe a household matter in a practical sense, but it's not something that is going to come all at once. And it's something where you are getting a very good light at the end of the tunnel, maybe a little bit of gratification now and a lot of bit of gratification later. And with the Star card reversed, this does look like an evolution that you have been waiting for, something that you have been long anticipating. This, like, finally. But it is still needing to take its time to gestate and, of course, to bear fruit properly. A premature harvest is not advised. With the Star card reversed, we may be actually beginning our transition into this new circumstance this week, or maybe certainly this month. I would definitely say this month. But I do not think that this is something that you should try to accelerate. All right? And there will be temptation, I think, to accelerate. Either temptation from other people involved, very enthusiastic friends, business partners, clients, bosses, things like that. Possibly, again, with good reason. I think that this has all the promise in the world. But with the Star card reversed, it's certainly not meant to be rushed. Otherwise, it's going to fall. So with the, well, not fall, but it's just going to falter, and it might not necessarily be as easy a growth spurt or promotion or transfer or move as we would like it to be. So with that Eight of Wands reversed, make sure that we keep things on an even keel. People start to get a little premature, or people start to panic and slow things down. Keep it even. As we get on to your social life, we talk about your communications, friends, family members, platonic connections. You've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and it does look like something is getting offered or shared with you, and it does feel like it is a fairly big gift or a fairly big opportunity that may be coming through a friend or a relative. It's like they're opening their arms to you, they're opening their home to you, or their wallet to you, or their social contacts, their connections to you, opening the chocolate factory, right? With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I am seeing that this is absolutely going to be something that not only you're gonna actually be able to take on and work with and gain from quite a bit. This is something that is meant to actually bring the two of you or all parties involved closer together. And this might be something that, because it is a big gift or it's a big breakthrough or whatever, it may cue people to again start reacting and start doing things in overly enthusiastic ways. Make sure that we mind the pace, right? Keep the proper pace with that Eight of Wands reversed. I also think that you might be finding out that things that people have been holding on to, either for you or withholding from you, are also going to start coming to you, whether it's information, resources, things tied up in, all kinds of different ways, especially when you mix things like family and business or friends and business. A lot of that's starting to open up to you during this period, which is gorgeous. Now, for your challenge, we've got the Tower upright. And the Tower, interestingly enough, is showing me let the Tower happen. And that might be your challenge, to allow the Tower to happen. So now we're going in another direction with that pacing, right? The Tower, we are seeing things fall apart that probably should have fallen apart. Okay, things that should have ended, circumstances, commitments, or maybe projects or undertakings that their ending was, as I've been saying a lot with this last couple of weeks, a foregone conclusion. But maybe through some serious efforts on the parts of certain people involved, that delay occurred and the inevitable was put off. Well, with the Tower card upright as a challenge, I'm actually seeing, there is going to be the complete collapse of a norm, of a staple, of a way of life, of an era. And this is not something that you want to slow down. If anything, slowing it down would probably make it more painful on everyone else involved. And keeping in that pace, you stay in the moment with that Tower, right? You put out whatever fires are happening, but at the same time, you allow what is long overdue as an ending or a transition to occur. You do not try and fight this tide, because this tide is actually working for you. In many cases, when it comes to the Tower, what is falling apart has become so high maintenance, so costly, so labor and love intensive that more often than not, it is stagnating and taking more love than it would ever make or generate for anyone else involved. Let it go. As we get on to your relationships and love and romance, you have the Knight of Cups upright. And it is a gorgeous week for you, Leo people in love, because I feel like somebody is going to be going out of their way to demonstrate in a very sincere, very, very heartfelt, communication, just how into you they really are. And what I'm seeing with the Knight of Cups, like, this is not necessarily something that would be seen as showing off, right? This isn't somebody trying to talk themselves up, trying to be flashy, or maybe overdo it, or anything along those lines. This is absolutely something sincere, possibly a little cheesy. It might feel a little bit cheesy, but with the Knight of Cups, it is actually something that maybe has been a long time rehearsed, but in a very, very kind and very thoughtful way. And some of you may, if you are meeting somebody new during this week, may find that that person embodies a lot of qualities of that effort. The same could be coming through existing romantic partners, right? Your spouse, your partner, whoever you're in a union with. The Knight of Cups is showing a much deeper and much more sincere and reverent love language coming through during this week. And so you may find that this is going to take you to a place where your walls have to come down, or maybe just step aside from maybe a certain disposition or a certain custom or way that you have reserved yourself, because it's getting vulnerable. So that's what I've got for you guys as far as week 1 is concerned. Let's move on to week number 2. Got to push up here. So week number 2's spiritual focus is the Ace of Swords in reverse. And the Ace of Swords reversed is giving me an understanding that there's something happening where we have to balance where exactly too much force is going and where not enough force is going. A lot of you Leo people, it's kind of just let's even things out. A lot of peaks and valleys across the board, it seems. Like it's either a 10 or it's a 0. We got to bring it back to bring it back to an even balance. Because the Ace of Swords reversed is talking about a chance for a lot of you to really finally get involved or active on what you might call missed opportunities, or opportunities that you feel you have not had the time, the energy, or the resources to be able to commit yourself to. But with the Ace of Swords reversed, we need to make sure that we don't just make a pendulous swing from not having enough going on there to suddenly throwing the kitchen sink at it, and curb your enthusiasm a little bit. This sword, the Ace of Swords reversed is something that's showing me a lot of positive changes coming in. But if we go too hard, we might not necessarily be treating it the way it needs to be treated. And a lot of areas of your life are going into such a special and such a sincere place. It may feel kind of strange to handle things in a much more relaxed, or I don't want to say dispassionate, but let's just say a more composed way. But we're evening out how much energy we're putting everywhere so that we're not, again, hitting something with more force than it really requires. And you may be finding that certain areas of your life may also need you to get them back under control. Maybe too much force, too much energy has been getting sucked up in one direction, or there's been too much of an aggressive approach to a certain type of campaign, or too aggressive a work ethic when it comes to a certain priority, or a certain journey you're on. Bring it back down to something that is, again, balanced, harmonizing. For your material shifts when it comes to your work and your finances, well, you've got the Lover's card in reverse. And it does look like a lot of you Leo people are going to be in a situation where you may have to consider breaking with certain alliances, or breaking with certain associations or affiliations that you have, either financially or professionally. Because not only are they no longer a win-win situation, but with the Lover's card reversed, you may be doing this to free yourself up for something that is actually a better fit. Possibly, again, something that we talked about with that Star card reversed in week 1. And with the Lover's card reversed, it may be that you are also choosing to release something that you've committed yourself to do, or you're letting go of something you've become known for in your field, in your company, or again with people around you, to make room for that. It's totally okay. The Lover's reverse, though, is warning that there may be some challenges in the beginning, especially if these alliances or these collaborations are, say, long-term clients, business partners, roommates, maybe even family members, if you've mixed a little bit, right? Or maybe not necessarily just family members, things like that, but anywhere a lot of joint efforts have been, you really want to make sure that these are clean breaks and clean transitions. Transfer opportunities, promotion opportunities are available, for those of you who are just curious about the job thing in general, but there's also going to be a need of clearing of a lot of ties and obligations as well. Okay, you're freeing yourself even from a lot of financial obligations, it seems. As we get on to your communications, friends, relatives, other people in your life, platonic connections, we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And not the Ace of Cups, sorry, the King of Cups in reverse. Why did I say Ace? King of Cups in reverse. And with the King of Cups in reverse, what am I getting here? You're going to be dealing with somebody who seems to be getting very, it's almost like they don't know how they can get something done or how they can actually go on with maybe something that you need to leave behind as far as a lifestyle, as far as your job, as far as maybe, again, what you do in your social life, certain habits, certain patterns, certain phases of your life could just be coming to an end. But I'm feeling with the King of Cups reversed, there is going to be a challenge with somebody. May not necessarily be male, just because it's a king, by the way. It could be just as easily not be male. You're going to be dealing with a clinginess and a control issue that's coming through. And control can, plenty of control issues stem from embellished victimhood as well. Keep that in mind. And so you're going to want to make sure that you're not letting yourself get entangled too much here. You're getting ready to make so many brilliant departures. The King of Cups reversed may also be trying to insinuate themselves into something new that you are beginning that has nothing to do with them. And I feel like this could absolutely be a tough talk with a friend or a family member, especially if they have been a bit of a tag along or riding your coattails in any way. Or maybe somebody that you have been kind of holding up their reality for them. This might be a tough talk about cutting somebody off or turning somebody loose to kind of go and be their own person. As we get on to your challenge, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So paying attention, of course, to details is crucial, because the Eight of Pentacles reversed is another warning about potentially taking on a lot of situations without knowing exactly what they truly are and without actually getting completely 100% clear with what you're actually doing. It's kind of like in any kind of manifestation or reality creation effort. You have to have an intimate understanding of what you're trying to create so you can actually create a vibrational match with it in order for you to have it. It's really difficult, nigh on impossible, to have something in your life that you're not a vibrational match for. And it's even harder to find out what vibration to embody and to emit if you have no idea what that is. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is saying your challenge this week is going to be needing to get familiar and bone up on a lot of your studies and become a near expert really quickly in a lot of these new breakthroughs that are coming on, right? With your work life, your social life. That Ace of Swords reverse, bringing it back here into balance, because you are moving on up with this card, even though it's in a challenge position and the Eight of Pentacles is reversed. You are moving up. You are getting into the big leagues, but you are going to have to prove to yourself and your higher levels, your I am presence, all of that good stuff, your higher self, that you were ready for this promotion. You were ready for this lift up into a more abundant and prominent space, which is what's happening. Okay, but again, we're just balancing things so they don't get too crazy. When it comes to love and romance, you've actually got the Five of Pentacles upright. And with the Five of Pentacles upright, it does look like there seems to be some kind of very strong soul-opening, heart-opening event that really does change the dynamic of your love life if you allow it to go in the direction of what you might consider to be a deeper level of spiritual connection with either somebody that you are in a committed union with right now, or possibly somebody new. The thing about the Five of Pentacles that is kind of coming through here is that this is actually happening as a form of a breakthrough or a break in a material or maybe let's just say a reality circumstance that actually needs to go away. I'm seeing something being stripped from either yourself or stripped from a partner, or maybe this is something that happens with both you and even somebody new at the same time, or somebody you're dating at the same time, that actually, honestly, I think an activation or something activates or turns on that ultimately allows for, again, a deepening of a soul connection, which we're already going pretty deep for you Leo people. Even week 1 had a very strong, affectionate, love language opening energy. This is bringing a lot more soul and a lot more spirit into your romantic life all around. Because with the Five of Pentacles, even for those of you who are textbook tarot readers, it's well known that the Five of Pentacles can indicate, yes, a sense of loss or a break with something that has been considered a structural norm or a source of security. But in love, remember, and this is definitely what's coming through in this read, that this is probably one of the most, if not the most romantic and deeply intimate cards, because we are clearing away the armor and the makeup and all of the identity business that can sometimes get in the way of an existing relationship. Now, this could come in the form of a breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough type of experience for you and your partner, or you and somebody new, or somebody is going through that actually does still create that heart opening and that bringing in of a much needed true connection with source, with spirit in this relationship, alive and well. It's a very strong, very esoteric kind of feel. And it's ultimately, if you want to go deep, if you want to have that strong soul connection, or maybe even for those of you looking for somebody new, a soul family connection, either one that is discovered or maybe one that is revealed with somebody that you're with or somebody that you start to see. It's going to be a powerful week. So that's what I've got for you, Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.